Hey, hey, good people. How's everyone doing? Sorry about that. Voice cracking up, and I always hear my brother making fun of me. Thanks for tuning in, where faith, family, and finance comes together, right? Welcome to Financial Freedom Friday. It's good to be with everybody again on today. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it, right? Financial peace is more important than financial pressure. Man, my voice sounds bad to me. But let me say that one more time. Financial peace is more important than financial pressure. The choice is all up to you how you go about doing that, right? A lot of people feel rushed to hit financial milestones, right? Rush to look successful, rush to compare themselves to others. None of that is necessary, in my opinion. Work and move at your own pace, right? But if you get started investing early in life, in your 20s, right? Whether it's in your early 20s, your mid 20s, your late 20s, all you really need is about a decade of sacrifice, right? And that's easy to do when you're young, not married, don't have any kids, right? Not saying everybody takes that route at a young age. Sometimes we do end up having kids. I, for one, did, right? Sometimes we do get married early. I, for one, did. So, there is no one plan fits everybody. But, peace is a very valuable thing. Once you've been exposed to peace and you be robbed of peace, peace becomes a very valuable thing. But I'm not going to hammer on that. I talked about it already this week, right? So, but pressure creates bad decisions. I don't think everybody heard that. Pressure creates bad decisions. Excuse me. Consequences follow bad decisions. Good things follow wise decisions. We all have choices to make in life. And as I say here, every individual is their own CEO of your own portfolio. It's up to you to make wise, sound, and dare I say, godly decisions. If you choose to do it any other way, again, the choice is yours because you are your own CEO of your own portfolio. Pressure creates bad decisions. Peace creates clarity. What's that song Smokey Robinson saying? I think it's Smokey Robinson. I might be wrong. It might be somebody else. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So it's going to be a bright, what? A bright, sunshiny day. Clarity, peace creates clarity. In other words, peace creates a bright, sunshiny day. I don't know about you, but I like bright, sunshiny days, right? I've learned that real financial progress comes from what? It comes from one, having a plan, having a plan that fits you, having a plan that fits your goals, having a plan that fits your strategy. Granted, understand if you're new at this journey of investing, then your plan, your goal, and your strategies will change over time as you grow your financial knowledge, as you delve in and you get the experience of understanding the market, how it moves, as you get a better handle of paying attention to what's going on in the economy, paying attention to what's going on in politics, right? And then you begin to see how it all intricately fits together, right? Your plans, your goals, your adjustments, your pivoting, it all fits in with how your portfolio is structured, how your portfolio is flowing, what's going on in the economy, what's going on in the politics, how that's affecting the overall world, right? How it globally comes together and how it makes an effect on your portfolio, how it makes an effect on your wise, on your sound, and on your, dare I say, godly decisions. Okay, moving on. So I've learned real financial progress comes from having a plan, a solid plan, staying disciplined. Staying disciplined. That means you come up with your plan and you work your plan. You come up with your goals and you work your goals. You come up with your strategy and you work your strategy, right? At times, things happen along the way and you have to pivot. You have to make adjustments. That's okay. But stick to your overall goals, stick to your overall plan, stick to your overall strategy. That is what your disciplines must be. Staying on track, staying focused, driving on ahead. If you don't have a plan, if you don't stick to your plan, a wise man once said, don't know who the wise man is, but a wise man once said, if you fail to have a plan, then you automatically plan to fail because you have nothing to gauge what direction you're going in. You have nothing to gauge your strategy on, right? So you got to have a plan, right? You got to have a plan and you got to stick to the disciplines that you've already set forth, right? Moving consistently. What do I say here? I say you need to put your army of dollars together on a regular basis, whether you're doing it weekly, whether you're doing it monthly, whether you're doing it, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. You got to be consistent. And whether you're investing weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, you have to, in my opinion, you need to develop a time where you're daily in the market. Matters not whether you're buying, matters not whether you're putting money into your account that day or buying stock that day, but you need to expose yourself to the market. You need to, when you open up your app, especially if you have Robinhood, right? Or you have Moogle, when you open up your app, it's all kind of news, what's going on in the markets. If you click on a specific stock, it's going to give you the stats. It's going to give you your personal stats of your position. It's going to give you the stats of that stock for that day, right? Where it opened at, where it closed at, the high of the day, the low of the day, your 52-week high, your 52-week low. It's going to give you your PE, and you could, as you do your own research, you're going to understand what a PE is, what it's good for, what is it exposing you to, what is it making you aware of. If you scroll on down on Robinhood, it'll give you all kind of news articles about what's going on with that company, maybe what's going on with that CEO, what kind of contracts they have going on, what upcoming things it's going to be involved in. And you can see if it continues to fit your goal, fit your strategy, fit your plan, or if you need to maybe move money out of that specific company and move it into another company. Whatever you need to do, right? But you got to start exposing yourself to this info on a daily basis so you can start seeing how it moves, how it ebbs, how it flows. And when you see it moving and ebbing and flowing, you want to be able to do some research to figure out what caused it to make that move. So if going down the road, you can be proactive. You can hear something that's similar to what you heard to make it move a certain way, and you'll know how you want to move. You'll know if you want to bolster your position, buy more, or reduce the size of that position based on the news that you're hearing, whatsoever, right? Or if you just one of the us who just want to set it and forget it, whatever works for you, whatever works for you. If you're a set it and forget it person, you need to make sure your portfolio is, you have a bedrock foundation like VOO or VTI or something that tracks the S&P 500, right? There's a numerous amount of ETF stocks that you can acquire that tracks the S&P 500, right? If you don't understand what I'm saying, then you have some research to do. If you choose not to do any research, again, you are the CEO of your own portfolio. So whether it goes up, whether it goes down, is based on the choices and decisions that you're making, whether they're wise, sound, and godly, right? So moving consistently, then not forcing the process. You can't make the market do what you want the market to do, right? You don't need to rush wealth. You need to build it wisely. You don't need to rush wealth. You don't need to rush wealth. You need to build it wisely. The market doesn't care what we're going through. whether we in need of money or we're not in need of money, whether we're trying to pay something off, whether we're trying to take a trip, whatever the case may be, your car just went out and you need to replace it. The market is not tied to our emotions. It's tied to sound decisions. It's tied to research. It's tied to using wisdom. So you need to build your position wisely. You need to build your portfolio wisely. You need to make sure you have some diversification, right? I had thoughts of conversations I had on today, but I'm not going to even go there because I need to close out. When your finances are aligned with your values, your household stays calm. In other words, you have peace. But you only have this when your finances are aligned with your values. So make sure you are aware and attuned to what your values are, right? And have conversations with your companions to make sure you guys are on the same sheet of music. Your marriage stays strong when your finances are aligned with your values, your household stays calm, your marriage stays strong, and your decisions stay sound. Wise, sound decisions, right? Peace with money allows you to think clearly, allows you to give generously, and allows you to sleep well at night. When I hear that sleep well at night, my dad used to say a long time ago, I have raised all my sons well. I have taught you how to be a man. So when you become of age, 18 that is, and you think you're grown, I'm gonna sleep well tonight regardless of what you do in life. If you do something crazy, we're gonna deal with it, but I'm gonna sleep well because you're now a grown man and I have raised you well. You could have called me before you made the bad decision and ended up in the situation you are in, but I'm going to sleep well. And I live by that today. I sleep well because I have poured every bit of knowledge I could into my kids. I have exposed them to a great many of things so they can be well-rounded in life. So when they bump their head up against the wall, I cry. I love my kids. I hate to see them go through. I love them, but when a person is grown, you can't make another person do anything they don't want to do. All you can do is encourage, uplift, try to live an example, be a listening ear, and pray over them, at least in my opinion. So in closing, stay focused, stay disciplined, and protect your peace along the way. And you know what I'm gonna say. Be blessed continually, my friend.